Well, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to When I Feel Like at O'Clock. And I again have been getting messages to make these shorter, so I'm going to try not to speak too much. I do have my suitcase ready, as you can tell, in case my wife finds out all the stupid shit that I've done, and I got to boat out of here real quick, like. But we did Nashville and we've done Pittsburgh for the NHL plans. What are the plans of the NHL teams? I have no insight. I only use logic. But if you want to see how that logic has worked out, you can look to my previous videos last year and see that I was fairly accurate, actually. Excuse my little things here. I had a Nutella vat incident there. It kind of got away on me and smoked me up a bit. As you can tell, I'm a little red in the face too. Anyways, so let's get right to it, shall we? What's Toronto going to be doing this summer? Well, the one thing that seems like all the pundits are saying is they're going to be going after defense, and I would say that's likely true. However, which direction are they going to go, and how much should they be striving for it? What position are they, these Leafs? These leaves, as I like to say, because more than one leaf, as we know, boys and girls, is leaves, not leafs, right? Okay, so which direction are they going to go? Making this quick, I think the one guy that they might be looking at, and I'll explain why is the Carolina defenseman named Piche, or Pishy, whichever way you want to say it. I'm going to say Piche. The reason why I say this is because he's probably their fourth defenseman, and they've got quite a bit of depth on D. They've got some young guys coming up. They need centermen, they need forwards, and the Toronto's got a guy like Bozak, and they have, say, a guy like Connor Brown or somebody in that area. If you can package that up with some of your young kids, like or a young kid like Bracco or Shoshnikov, something like that, and pick up a Piche, I would say that'd be perfect for you right now. What I don't think Toronto should be doing is taking Nylanders and throwing them out there for big defensemen. I personally do. I like where Toronto's going, and they did well in the playoffs, and they're going to be a fantastic team. But I'm tempered as to where they are at the moment. I still don't see enough depth in their lineup, and certainly in their prospect pool. Bracco and Dermont. Dermont is really their only defensive prospect that really has a chance in the next little while, and I'm not incredibly high on him, actually. In fact, I'm not incredibly high on a lot of their prospects as they are right now. I'm incredibly high on the prospects that have made it on their team, but their prospect pool is not what you call thick. However, in a weak draft this year, if you need to give up your first and stuff to get a defenseman like Piche, who is only 22 years old, I would be all over it. I'd give up a lot for that guy. If you want to know what kind of player he is, and another player that you might want to look at is on the island, you have Harmonic. Piche is sort of like a harmonic, that type of player. And be excellent, a young guy, fit in their top four right now that they can use for, they're a good, solid, probably core player for your future. And that's pretty much the direction I think they're going. If you could get Shattenkirk under contract, shit, yeah, do that shit for sure. I'd be all over that. You don't give up a Shattenkirk if you can pick him up. And I know you're going to say, "Wow, you went over to Washington, blah blah blah." Those late acquisitions like that don't often work out in your favor. This is a team game, and bringing in guys to just work in a system really fast, especially a guy like Shattenkirk, who really needs to be able to is best when he knows the players around him and works with the players around him because of the type of passing game that he has. They know when he's going to rush up the ice. They know when he's going to skate. They know when he's going to pass. All of these things contribute to a team. And I think the Washington has a bit of a problem with an owner who goes a little over the top sometimes. But anyways, I'll get into that when I talk about Washington. Um, those are like two players that I would look at. Hamannik, you could probably put a package much the same as I just said and maybe get something like him. Um, Now, there's another option where you look at Minnesota, who's having expansion problems, and there's a guy, they might have to put a guy like Brodin out there. The thing is, when you're looking at expansion exposed uh, defensemen, you're going to go offer them whatever you're going to offer them for that player. And they're going to go to Vegas and say, look, Toronto has offered me this for this player. Now, if you can say to me you're not going to pick that player, we can do this deal, okay? And for them to be able to keep Brodin, you have to give them quite the package to make them go, all right, you have it. It gives Minnesota quite the leverage for a trade like that, and you're probably going to have to give up more than you would like for a guy like Brodin. I doubt Bozak. You would have to probably. I don't even know if Van Beesbrook would do it simply because Minnesota doesn't need wingers so much right now. You'd have to give up a defenseman because they want a defenseman. It's a tough trade and not likely to happen. Those are the two players I'll be looking at. I'm going to do more on Toronto later. I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a thing on Gardner because I think Gardner is a very exceptionally good defenseman, and I hear a lot of people slagging him, and I think I'm just going to do one video on Gardner alone. Like I said, I did a Nashville video, I did a Pittsburgh video. I've also did the video of the top 10 coaches in the league right now. You might want to check that out. I also did a video on Kovalchuk and where he may go. I've done videos on Duchesne that you might be interested in, and I'll be doing many more vids, my boys and girls. Make sure you stay well lubed, and have a great day. Lots of love to you. I kept it under 9 minutes.